Hepinize merhaba arkadaşlar, ben Umut'tan. Evet, hepim bir videoyla beraberiz. Bu videomuz arkadaşlar, gördüğünüz gibi eskidenki yaptığımız seri yeniden canlanıyor. Bu sefer hashtag 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 diye gidecek arkadaşlar. Bu sefer yapacağız. Bu sefer yine clip ve bu sefer uçan makineyi yapıyor arkadaşlar. Dün dev sandık düşürdüm. 16 sandık sonra büyülü sandık. Bir de 43 sandık sonra da dev sandık gelecek. Kanalıma abone olmayı ve like atmayı unutmayınız. Hemen başlayalım. Çok konuştum. Kalite ne ya? Şimdi biraz kasabilir. Çünkü kalitesini arttıracağım. 144p. Güzelsin.
This is by far the most difficult tutorial I ever created.
Bir şey zannettim az önce. Al işte.
And it's because all of the mechanics inside
Arkadaşlar
of
bu
this
videoluk böyle olsun.
cardboard tube.
Yapacak bir şeyim yok. Şu anda gezemeyiz. Şimdi video geçmesin diye. Artık bunu kimse çekmiyor. İzleyin diye ben de elimden geldiğince çekmeye çalışıyorum. Bundan sonra 2 video daha çekeceğim. Onu da size göstereceğim. Tabii burada çekmeyeceğim. Onlar belki size birazdan yayınlanabilir. Ama bildiğim kadarıyla %90 yarın yayınlarım. Ama yayınlayabilirim. Şimdi şey yapıyor. Uçan makinelerinde bir şey var. Uçurduğu zaman üstüne pervane dönüyor. Hani şimdi baştan sona izleteceğim. Sizin de böyle aranıza yapabilen bir arkadaş siz de böyle bir şey yapabiliyorsanız benimle iletişime geçerseniz sevinirim. Konuşamadım. Abone olmayı ve like atmayı unutmayın. 50 abone olduğumuzda bir şarkı gelecek. Tamam, bir de altlara yorumlara yazın. Soru cevap videosu yapayım mı? Veya yapacaksan ne yazayım? Yani hangi sorular yap? Bu adam çok iyi. Buradan pek info vermek istemiyorum ama 2 tane daha gelecek. Biri bir tanesini söyleyeyim, bir tanesi mega şövalye. Onlar kimse yapmadı. Ya, onun bir de Pokemon'lar kartları falan yapıyor. Onları da yapayım mı? Yap diyorsanız, yani göster diyorsanız söyleyin. Size göstereyim. Kızım. Yani, bende de daha dün açıldı arkadaşlar. Onun için bilmiyorum kartın nasıl olduğunu pek bir. Onun için size pek fazla bilgi veremeyeceğim. Sesini biraz yükselteyim. İngiliz arkadaşlar belki vardır. Şarjım az. Şöyle parlaklığı biraz daha arttırayım.
I will link that video in the description and also later in this tutorial in the end card. So here we go, just placing the cannon inside, and now we will create the rope. The rope which is around the flying machine, holding everything together that it isn't falling apart in tiny pieces. Just drill it, just a tiny bit, that you get this typical look of a rope, and I'm even making some more patterns inside, and we can place it onto the plate. Keep one rope for later. Now you can go on. We will just cut another piece of this tube, and it should be as thick as the Lego technique showed you. Wrap around some aluminum foil, and we will wrap this whole piece into silver clay. This will be the top of the flying machine. Will be the propeller attached. As it is round, we have to give it some corners.
İzlemiyorsunuz ki arkadaşlar. İzliyorsunuz bak. Bir de dislike atıyorsunuz.
Just
Sevmedin niye atıyorsun ki?
first time, but there will be some more screwing in this video. Adding some more details, and here we go. The top part is finished, the same for the lower part of the flying machine. So just cut away another piece of the tube, and we need some brown clay, which is supposed to be just some wood. When I started with this tutorial, I thought I would create an easy flying machine. Maybe the propellers would be moving, but that's it. Well, and then I started creating, and there was this Lego box standing on the floor, and I thought I will give it a try. But this is how I all started. I started with some aluminum wire to create the pedals of the create the silver part of this lower flying machine part as well. I think it's just called cover for this part. Just creating some tiny details, and we will go on. This will be the part between the pedals. You know that from your bicycle. And I was thinking of a bicycle all the time while creating, and this helped me a lot. But, well, it didn't really work. This is the tiny wheel, and I will just stick the wire through. You only need just some aluminum foil so that it's still movable, that it can turn. So here we go, just placing right in position, and I thought this would work so great. I spent an hour on this part, I think. Still working. And for the pedals itself, we need we are also creating the same technique, just coating into brown clay with this tiny screw on it. And also for the other side as well, aluminum foil, clay, and the pedal is finished. Yeah, so what's next? We will create the tiny shoes. The tiny shoes of the human being, which is sitting inside the flying machine. At least I assume there is a human being sitting inside. Maybe Supercell should talk about that. So this is just some more details on the shoes. And we will create the sole with a very dark brown. It almost looks like black, but it's a very dark brown I mixed. And this is the blue for the trousers itself. Just cut it in 2 pieces. And we will now work on the propeller itself. So this is the connection part in the middle, and these are the metallic pieces where the wooden planks are attached. I know in the game itself the flying machine has 2 rotor blades, and it's either red or blue, but I saw this picture which Supercell used for the announcement of this card, and I decided to make it colorless and 3 rotor blades. Now we are ready to go into the oven. Freshly baked flying machine, and we can start assembling this whole mess. We will start with this easy piece, the shoes, and we will just cut away the extra clay to get nice soles for these tiny shoes. Till now the mechanism is working, and I'm gluing the shoes onto the pedals, and I was still thinking I would finish this creation, but I needed some more time as it wasn't working that well. It didn't really move that smooth, and this is why I was screwed. It didn't really work as I thought it would work. This is why I brought in some Lego Technic again. It was a real saver at this point of time because I was so frustrated, but we have to do some modifications on the pieces. No Lego pieces were harmed in the making of this video. These are all professional Lego stuntmen. Yeah, I had to do modifications, I told you, and this is why we had to break some of the pieces, but now it's working, so it was worth the waste of the Lego Technic pieces and destroy them, but I will promise you it's really worth it. Just gluing the pedals to the side, and this is why I love Lego and Lego Technic. It's just working. Here we go. It's running very smooth. There is no stopping. I was pretty confident that I would finish this creation by time. Before we will focus on the top of the flying machine, I haven't forgotten the poll, so please participate, which should be the next tutorial, and please keep in mind that October will be all about new series. I will create a new character from a new series each week, and I'm very looking forward to that. I already got so many great ideas, but if you have any series or movie or mobile game in mind or whatsoever, please write it in the comments. I will read them and I will put them into one of the next polls in October as well. Now we will screw this hole again because we have to make this mechanism work again. And for that we need a special piece from our household. I assume there is a word for it. I just call it rubber band or rubber ring. Just put it into position and it is working. It is working. I am so relieved. We're gluing the top part onto the flying machine, and all we have to do, all is left, is the cannon and these propeller. So just stick it onto the top piece of Lego Technic, and it's also working. You don't believe how relieved I am so happy. This drilling work on the cannon is just the cool down of a very complex and difficult tutorial. And glue it right into this black hole. And guys, finally, I guess, that's it! The flying machine!
Video bu kadardı arkadaşlar. Adamla bu. Bir dahaki videolarda görüşmek üzere. Hoşça kalın ve bay bay. Abone olmayı ve like atmayı unutmayın kanka.